You know, some lives aren't just lived, they're lessons. Today, we're diving into the life of Abu Bakr, a key companion of the Prophet Muhammad. His character is just this incredible model of virtue and devotion. Really, his life shows you the power of faith and what it means to live with purpose. So let's get into the moments that really defined who he was.
His journey is just filled with these powerful lessons. I mean, the Prophet himself praised him for his great and noble character, which really set him apart. His whole life was a testament to that character, and we're about to explore a few key moments that show you exactly why.
All right, so our first story is all about a moment of what you might call righteous anger. This wasn't for a personal insult, no. This was for the honor of the divine. And it shows this side of Abu Bakr that was just fiercely protective of his faith. A passion that, wow, it really burned bright. So, try to picture the scene. Abu Bakr walks up to a gathering in Medina. A rabbi named Fenhas is teaching his people. You can just imagine the low murmur of voices in the air. Abu Bakr calls on him to fear Allah and to accept the message of the Prophet Muhammad, which he believed was right there in their own scriptures. Well, the response from Fenhas was deliberately provocative. He claimed that they were rich and totally self-sufficient, while suggesting God was somehow poor and needed them. Now, this was a statement that flew directly in the face of the core belief in God's absolute self-sufficiency. It was a verbal attack on the very bedrock of their faith. And Abu Bakr's reaction was immediate, and it was physical. The source tells us he got angry and struck Fenhas hard in the face. But look, this wasn't just some street brawl. His own words reveal his motive. By the one in whose hand is my soul, were it not for the covenants between us and you, I would have cut off your head, O enemy of Allah. You see, his anger was purely for the sake of God's honor. It was like a fire that just burned away any hesitation. And this is where it gets incredible. A verse of the Quran was revealed that spoke directly to what the rabbi had just said, confirming that Allah had heard it all. This didn't just validate Abu Bakr's righteous anger, it immortalized this powerful lesson on the sanctity of the divine and why it's so important to defend it. What a profound moment of validation that must have been. So, that fierce defense of the divine, well, it sets the stage perfectly for our next story. This one reveals another core virtue, the incredible ability to put spiritual devotion way above the distractions of the material world. Let's see how this whole faith over gain thing played out in a very public test of priority. Picture this. The prophet is standing, delivering the really solemn Friday sermon. It's quiet, the only sound is his voice. Then, all of a sudden, the sounds of a trade caravan arriving in Medina just shatter the peace. Bells jingling, merchants shouting. For a community where trade was everything, this was a huge deal. And the distraction, well, it was too much for most. They rushed out of the mosque, leaving the prophet standing there, pretty much mid-sentence. Only 12 men stayed behind, just 12. Their focus was completely unshaken. And in that small, steadfast group, you guessed it, Abu Bakr and another senior companion, Umar. Their presence was this quiet but incredibly powerful statement about what really mattered to them. And again, a divine revelation came down. This verse from the Quran was revealed. It gently corrected those who left, but more importantly, it laid down this universal principle. What is with God, the spiritual reward, that connection, is always better than worldly deals and distractions. It's a timeless lesson, isn't it? A reminder that real wealth just isn't of this world. Okay, this next story is just beautiful. It's about how a moment of real personal difficulty for Abu Bakr's family became a source of universal mercy for the entire community. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes hardship can lead directly to ease. So they're on a journey, and the Prophet's wife, Aisha, who is also Abu Bakr's daughter, realizes her necklace is gone. The whole caravan has to stop to look for it. But here's the problem. They've stopped in a place with absolutely no water. And the time for prayer is coming up fast. No water means no way to perform the required washing. The sun is setting, and you can just feel the tensions starting to rise. People started getting frustrated, and they went straight to Abu Bakr to complain. Feeling all this pressure, he goes to Aisha. He finds her, and the Prophet is actually asleep with his head resting on her lap. He rebukes her pretty sharply, his voice full of frustration over the difficult spot she's put everyone in. And right there, in that exact moment of tension and hardship, a revelation comes down. The verse that institutes tayammum, or dry ablution, was revealed.
This was a divine solution that allows believers to use clean earth for purification when there's no water. So a personal trial for Abu Bakr's family led to a lasting ease for all Muslims. It taught everyone that the religion is meant to be a source of mercy, not a necessary hardship. Just amazing.
Now for a truly remarkable story of hospitality, piety, and a touch of the miraculous. This really shows Abu Bakr's deep commitment to honoring his guests. It's just a fantastic testament to the power of faith and the blessings that come from being generous.
So Abu Bakr brings home 3 poor guests from the mosque, but he gets held up having dinner with the Prophet. When he finally gets back, he finds his guests haven't eaten a thing. They were politely refusing to start without him. Well, Abu Bakr gets frustrated, rebukes his family, and then impulsively swears an oath that he himself won't eat. But then he realizes, wait, he has to honor his guests. So he takes back his oath and tells everyone to please eat. And that's when the miracle happens.
With every single piece of food they took, more just appeared from underneath it. They ate until they were totally full, and the food just kept increasing. Abu Bakr's wife cried out in amazement that the food was now 3 times more than when they started. His act of putting his guests' honor above his own frustration was rewarded with this crystal-clear sign of divine blessing and abundance. Our final story. This one is maybe the most personal and touching of all. It reveals the unique, just unparalleled bond between Abu Bakr and the Prophet, and it really solidifies his status. It's a story of friendship, of loyalty, of a love that goes beyond this world. It's a very human moment. A quarrel breaks out between 2 giants, Abu Bakr and Umar. And Abu Bakr, even though he's the senior one, immediately feels terrible about it and goes to Umar to ask for forgiveness. But in the heat of the moment, Umar refuses. So Abu Bakr takes his case to the highest authority he knows, the Prophet. It's something we can all relate to, right? A reminder that even the best of us aren't perfect. When the Prophet heard what had happened, his entire expression changed. The source says signs of displeasure appeared on his face. Umar, who quickly regretted his actions, came to see the Prophet, but the Prophet's displeasure was obvious. His loyalty was with his oldest friend, and he just would not let him be wrong. And then the Prophet spoke these powerful, decisive words that just silenced the room. He reminded everyone there that when he first brought his message, almost everyone called him a liar. But Abu Bakr believed. He supported him with everything he had, his money, his safety, his entire self. And his question was really a command. Won't you leave my companion alone for my sake? And he didn't just say it once, he said it twice. It was this public, unmistakable defense and affirmation of Abu Bakr's status. And the impact was permanent. From that day on, the sources tell us no one ever troubled Abu Bakr again. His place as the Prophet's most cherished companion was sealed forever. So through these stories of righteous anger, unwavering devotion, divine ease, a miraculous meal, and affirmed friendship, we don't just see a historical figure. We see a character forged in the fires of faith. And it leaves us with a question to really think about. What is the true measure of a legacy? Is it in monuments or money? Or is it something you can't touch?